Good evening. Welcome to the Community Service Commission meeting for May. And I'd like to welcome you if you're listening in. And right now I'd like to call the meeting to order. And next will be a roll call, and I'm asking Maria to do the roll call, please.
Commissioner Kopp,
Here.
Commissioner Martin,
Here.
Commissioner Ojeda, Commissioner Rupert, Commissioner Teller,
Here.
and Commissioner Clark is not here at this time.
Next, I'd like to ask for approval of the minutes for April 26, 2023. You received copies of this by email. Could I have someone, any questions, or could I have someone approve the minutes, please, and second?
I'll approve it.
Thank you. Any opposed? Motion is passed. Okay. Citizens to be heard. Citizens may speak under any item not listed on the agenda. The time limit is 3 minutes and subject to modification by the chair. Individuals may not share or offer time to another speaker. Pursuant to provisions of the Brown Act, no action will be taken on a matter unless it is listed on the agenda or unless certain emergency or special circumstances exist. The commissioners may direct staff to investigate and or schedule certain matters for consideration at a future meeting. See the cover sheet of the agenda for instructions on how to submit public comments. Do we have any
We do not have any public
at this
comment
time?
at this
Thank
time.
you. I'm moving on to old business. Community Service Day. Maria, first of all, I would like to thank you for all the prep work that you did. It was fabulous prep work. You took it all off us. So I'd like to thank you for that. And your comments, please.
Yeah, so this is just a time for commissioners to provide feedback, any debrief after the event. I'll provide a little bit of information on our registration, our participation for that day, and just an opportunity for us to discuss and plan for next year. So I did get, after counting the registration forms, we did have 22 volunteers come to the youth center. There was also Rotary Club did go to their project site directly. The tennis club did go to their site directly as well. So there could be that number is a little bit higher. So if Laurel and Debbie, if you have any idea what those numbers look like there, we can add it to our count that I have. But those were the numbers that we got. It was low attended. There was a lot of other stuff going on in the community. The volunteer team that did come did complete a total of the 3 projects, which were the major project, which was the tennis courts, the Amber Swords, actually 4, Amber Swords Park, the Pinole Valley Park, and and the community corner. Those were the projects that did get completed on Saturday.
I would say that the 2, because we visited both sites, I would say there were probably 17 additional.
Okay.
And we've discussed amongst ourselves to some degree. I think a lot of it, it's the first time we've not had as many students or any age. I think definitely conflict of calendar is a big issue for that day. And we might look at having it earlier perhaps next year. And another issue would be projects. It's come to our attention that some people would like perhaps at least one indoor project. And I know that we have restrictions with what we can do at certain places because of union issues or, requirements, work requirements. So I know one time we had a group that went to convalescent home and visited, supervised. So that's just a couple of thoughts. Anybody else? Can you chip in?
Yeah, I wondered if it had to do with the event in Crockett. I didn't know about it until that day, so I don't know.
It did, because the garden club and I think the garden club and certainly the Pinole Creek Restoration Group, they went there. So we might plan ahead next year and try and have a different date.
Or check with Crockett first, because I think that was new for them.
I can do that.
And then I have, I think, 5 names of folks that I meant to hand to you from the Rotary Club, so I'll get them to you after.
Okay.
I'll send you the forms. And other than that, thank you for doing so much. I'm sorry that the turnout was low, but that was just an off year. I'm sure next year we'll be right back up to, having lots of help and a lot of people and kids enjoying, because kids love it. A friend of mine came and worked with our Rotary Club, and she hadn't done anything like that before. She just loved it. The Rotary Club loved her. So that was really nice. You've got her now for life. She'll be back. And also, I wanted to apologize that I had to go home a little early. I just was not feeling well. I think I hit the wall. That's it.
I want to mention the signs. We did not have enough signs down Pinole Valley Road this year. We need them right where Trader Joe's is in that divide in the middle. We need them down by Sprouts, down that way. We need more signs out for next year, in my opinion.
Okay, I'm taking notes as we're going through this. And anything else?
Commissioner Irma?
Thank you. Yeah, I attended, and I was there Saturday, and I want to make a few comments. Thank you, Maria. Thank you for the awesome work, and, you were just all over the place. Next time, maybe we could help you a little much better earlier so that you won't, have so much to do. The other thing, I did speak to a couple of people that came in, were registering, and like I said, I think Commissioner Laurel said, yes, there was a person who asked for an indoor project because she has allergies, like with her husband, and she said, maybe I could help inside. So maybe projects, which we've done at the junior, at the community, at the junior place. We
At the youth
painted
Center?
youth center. That place been painted by us a couple years ago, remember? That project was done. So whether you deal with, getting okay through the union or the city, whatever has to happen, I think, the other thing too, there was a gentleman that came by, he filled out your application because he came in with a lot of ideas. He says, in his bicycle, he says, I just want to help out, but I didn't know this was going on. He says, I've got 2 weed whackers at home. I should have brought them because he just wanted to start, doing whatever he could to clean up the place. And I said, well, why don't you give us your name? And that's what I gave you. And another person came to me and also volunteered. And she says, I want my name put on. And you said we're going to establish a data bank for volunteers. I think it's important. So, and as soon as possible before these events, because we have a lot of things going on this year, from what I understand, and looked at our schedules. And if you guys need some help in doing that, I certainly, can come in and help. I'm not good with computers, but I can certainly help out as much as I can. Yeah, the event was poorly attended, and I can understand because I have people coming from a graduation from Sacramento. Everybody was having things going on, other things going on, but some of us were able to be there part-time. One thing I do want to say is that if you ever want to put a schedule on the marketplace, it's free. They offer those events once a month. The marketplace sent out to more than 50,000 people in the area. And so the schedule is free. You can announce whatever you've got going on. And the other thing too is I also spoke to a couple of the employees from Public Works. They sat with me for a few minutes while they were resting, and they're a lot of fun. They have a lot to offer. But one thing they did say, because they've been here longer than some people that just got hired this year, there's a lot they can offer and bring into the table to make suggestions. And I told them, please do, maybe next time in the future, ask for some of their suggestions, how we can help them out to move the city better and clean so that they can address other things that might be more pertinent to what they have to do. I think this community day was awesome. I cherish it every year, but I think in the future, maybe a better scheduling, May is an awfully horrible month, graduations, Mother's Day, Memorial Days, whatever the case might be. It's too much going on, be a break, everything. And so I would suggest like maybe a month before, or maybe a month after, like in September or something. I don't know. Just pick another day. And the other thing too, I'm sorry, I don't want you to take up too much of your time, but advertising, maybe I know that some of you have elected to sponsor a school or go and talk to a school. Maybe send a flyer and go speak to the principal and say, can you make an announcement? Anybody interested? Maybe have a contest with the kids. Hey, you want to come help out? Bring the kids out, because it's really all about them, teaching them how to keep things cleaner in the community and maybe in their schools. So anyway, thank you for allowing me to speak. And that's all I got from Saturday. A lot of people. It was really nice. So thank you, Maria, and everybody.
I think apart from less signs, I think it was advertised well. I saw it in many places myself. As for Public Works making suggestions, Public Works will have to make suggestions with their supervisor I believe, and it'll go from there, right, Jim? Next year.
Yes, they have a chain of command that they follow. Public Works guys are great, and gals that we work with. They really help us out. We have numerous events coming out that we just can't possibly do without Public Works. So we do value them. We do appreciate what they do for us. And if they do have ideas, we'd love to hear them.
Perhaps earlier next year, and, perhaps we could look for a bigger variety rather than just weeding or putting mulch down. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, I think it would be a good idea. I think next year when we start the planning process to invite Joe Bigham, the Public Works Manager, because that's
Yes.
who we work with, and maybe he can be part of the brainstorming
Sure.
of the projects. And that way we don't, I think usually it's gone based off lists that we've had created, projects that have been used before, and then they, we'll edit a little bit, but maybe just starting from fresh and bringing them over. April is also a busy month. This year we had Earth Day. Maybe there's a possibility of collaborating in
Yes.
some way on that event. So that was very successful and had a great turnout this year. So something just to consider for next year. And I mean, we'll be in those planning stages before we know it. So.
Right.
I was just gonna say,
Cannot go as late as September because we have another project then.
I was just gonna say that the bathrooms in the parks, maybe we could help Public Works with those for people that want to work inside, because that's always a big need. Just a thought. Thanks.
Any other questions on, so we'll plan closer to the time. And I think for children, I kind of like the idea of having a little prize for if they pick up trash or whatever, for the most unusual thing they pick up, as we do in other events, coastal cleanup. Yes. Right. When we'd avoid a lot of the rain that might happen in April, that's too early. Is that,
June is a busy month for the city. And it's also Pinole Valley's graduation. So we usually have, last year we did it in June and that was low attended, but this one was more low attended than last year. Last year I think we had about 70 or so. And I think we did it the weekend right before Father's Day. So I think we tried to stay away from the graduations and went a little further into June, and still it didn't give us a lot. So we can think about what months, and we can look at our calendar. There's a lot of events that are being added to our schedule. Except June will be filled. We have the car show that is going on. We have our Pride event and, addition plus graduations and other stuff. So we'll have to look at the calendar and see, what possibly could be a better month for this event.
I agree. I'd just like to echo Maria's statements there. June this year, our department has something every weekend. So stay away from June, please, please, please. But like Maria said, maybe we could partner with, team up with Earth Day, because a lot of what we're doing here is evolved around Earth Day, making this. So we can talk about that as we get closer to next year, but thank you guys, everyone that participated. Thank you to the Rotary, Pinole Rotary Club for the work on Amber Schwartz Park. And thank you to you all for all the work that you guys put into it. Appreciate you guys taking time on your Saturday to make Pinole a better place to live and work.
and I'm going to thank the tennis group too. They were putting this group. Sure.
Yeah, just one last comment. I agree about that. Earth Day may be a good day to bring it up. However, I was reading next door yesterday, and I was reading that, all of us got that code enforcement with the fire department, cut your weeds and all that. And I was thinking too that there were some people complaining, well, there's weeds over here and weeds over there. I know we got a big fire like 5-6 years ago where there are 10 fire trucks in our neighborhood. 4 houses almost burned down. So maybe in proposing that Earth Day with the community cleanup, maybe we can also call it a neighborhood cleanup where people can start cleaning around their area before the fire, or, once or twice a year, because as we know, the rains were outrageous. I have weeds taller than 5-6 foot tall. And right now I'm having a heck of a time cutting those weeds down. So just an idea. I think we can bring all these ideas together, and I think we can all help one another in doing all this. Thank you.
I kind of favor perhaps doing Earth Day and, take pride in your community or something, love your community. Okay, so that's some ideas that we've had for next year, just to improve on it. I think calendar's a big issue. So now the next, from old business, community outreach and engagement. Maria, if you want to introduce this, please.
Yeah, so this is an opportunity for the commissioners to provide any updates on anything that they're aware of that's going on in the community, or anything that you are working on in the community.
I was at a meeting that, with Lions, in fact, and we had the principal from Stewart. And, someone's saying it's tiny but mighty. That was Jamila said that, she was there. And I'm going to try and include, they want to do a garden, not as large as the one at Bella Horse, but they want to do something. So I'm going to put them in touch with the garden club and see if, and we'll help too, and see if we can get something going. And I said, we can always ask Rotary to help us in an event too. That was my connection this month. And also doing some outreach with St. Joseph's. Teaching them how to, talking to them about doing volunteer work in the community. So we had them sorting eyeglasses, which was hilarious. Good fun.
Our Rotary Club is, they were doing once a month, cleaning up the city, going around with their gloves and their bags and picking up trash and weeding. And I haven't been able to attend that because they're doing it on Sundays and just not working for me. But it's a really great idea, and I thought you guys should be aware of that. And they've also, I think,
Also, they're linking with the
yes,
Pinole Creek group.
Pinole Creek. They started linking with Pinole Creek more recently. So they're doing, I can say we, although I haven't been helping with it, something to make a difference in the community. Thanks.
Any other comments on that topic? Anyone else been involved? Okay, have you, is it about yourself? Okay,
Okay. The outreach for the community and engagement, I think, is very, very important because last year, what happened is, and to bring it back to this past weekend, the Crockett had a city of Pinole, how should I say, people over there. What was it? The climate action committee
Climate
there.
action,
Yes, I'm
right.
sorry. Yes. And I thought, what a great idea. I know sometimes they're at the farmer's market. Is it possible that some of us community, members could add and be there to also regarding, maybe making a list of, or getting volunteers from people coming on the weekend to farmer's market and gathering names and emails if people are interested in volunteering. Because we have to get that volunteer list growing and information. And especially we have flyers, pass them out. I know last year I was at the farmer's market. We walked down the neighborhoods. And I can tell you, you'd be surprised how many people want to know what's going on. But a lot of times they don't know where, like the guy with the bicycle that just came across us on Saturday and said, I didn't know this was going on, and he stopped by and came in. So we're not advertising, but just push a little harder. And I think the city of Pinole had, that advertisement down at the Crockett. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice if we could all just, be on the same umbrella? I don't know.
would you like to take that on? I mean,
I love
you
to.
don't necessarily need flyers, you just get a list of people.
Yes, I love to.
And say that there are certain events we have during the year, and there are 3 that we're involved in.
Yeah,
So that those 3 events, you could mention those. first
yeah.
off.
If we could, we'll discuss it, and if I can get permission from you guys to get a, stand under the, on farmer's market and pass out flyers, whatever you guys decide that we could do.
Or even if you just promote, you don't have to sign people up, even if you just promote, look, these events are happening on this day. We
Mhm.
got a sheet recently from Maria. With
Yeah.
3 events and the dates.
That would be great. Yes, thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to new business, Pride events.
Thank you, Laurel. So I just want to let the commissioners know that the city of Pinole is hosting the first ever Pinole Pride event on Sunday, June 11th from 12 to 3 p.m. at Fernandez Park, which will celebrate all things Pride, the city's 120th birthday. It's also LGBTQ Pride Month and Juneteenth. So this is a family-friendly event. There's going to be food trucks, children's activities, face painting, arts and crafts, petting zoo. We're gonna have a band also, 2 bands performing. So it's gonna be a fun event. So I have flyers here if anybody wants to take any and distribute and share out with any of your groups in the community. So that's an update. I don't know if Jeremy wants to add anything else to that.
If you guys know of any vendors, any social service organizations that might want to have a booth, please have them reach out to us. We have plenty of room for booths. And we want as many people that provide services to our citizens as possible. So have those individuals reach out to us.
Is there a cost for them to have the booth?
No, it's free.
Yeah, I have a question, Maria. Do they have to fill out this because they have food trucks with propane?
I am working with the county to complete a permit. Yes, we are all following the same guidelines.
It's not like that.
Yes, and I'd love to invite each and every one of you guys to help out with that event if you want to. We have plenty of things to do that day. It's going to be a busy day. I don't know if Maria said it's from noon to 3. So we're packing a lot into 3 hours, and it's going to fly by hopefully. And it's going to be a great event. It's the first ever Pride event that we put on as a city. So
We're gonna, okay, perfect. And we're also gonna have cookies. I want to mention Tara from the senior center will be making cookies that we'll be giving away. She's creating a special birthday cookie that we'll be giving away during the event as well. So we hope that you will all join us.
Yes. Is it related to this?
Yes, ma'am. On the Pride event, have you reached out on the marketplace to advertise at least half a page or a page for the Pride event?
we are doing strategic releases as it gets closer to the event. Marketplace will be one of those where we post a free flyer. We also have a banner that will be going across San Pablo Avenue.
Wonderful.
Public Works will get that up probably early next week.
Okay.
We're next door. We have all kinds of
Good.
Fiona with the city manager's office. That's kind of her job, is to make sure that we're getting the word out. So we have a list of places that we're blasting it. So please, if you know of any others that we may be forgetting or just don't know about, please bring to our attention.
Thank you.
Next issue.
Sorry, Laurel,
Yeah.
before we move on, we did have a public comment from Raphael Manis, who had his hand raised, so I'm gonna ask him to.
Go ahead, Raphael.
Unmute.
Hello, commissioners. Glad to see you all here. I guess my question with regards to the Pride event is, can people from the public, not just from the Community Service Commission, come in to help out and volunteer? Because I imagine there's going to be a lot of stuff that you folks need help with there. That's it. Hope everybody's doing well. And, since I didn't get to log on earlier, thanks for hosting the whole Community Service Day. It was fun.
I'll go ahead and answer that. Yes, Raphael, if you'd like to help out with this event, we'd love to have you there. Reach out to Maria and we will make sure that that we include you in our communications and that we have you be a part of that, as well as anybody else listening. If anybody wants to help out, more the merrier.
Thank you, Raphael. Okay, now we're moving on to summer events. This is summer sound and kind of thing.
Yes, thank you, Laurel. So just want to provide an update. We are getting ready for all of our summer events. The department will be hosting, there will be the summer movies and concerts that will be returning to Fernandez Park. A postcard will be mailed out to all Pinole residents. It should be in the mailboxes by next week. So that includes all of our summer events, including the Pride event, the 4th of July, fireworks show that will be hosted, the car show, and the senior center pancake breakfast. So it includes all of our movies, and it features the bands that will be playing as well this summer. So we encourage you all. Once I have a flyer that I can send out via email as well to all of you to share, but a postcard will be going. We have posters that will be going out to the local businesses as well that detail and include all of the summer events. And that concludes my report for the summer events, Laurel.
Are there any other questions that on agenda items that anyone wants to bring up? That sounds really good for summer.
There's one other event that's just been added on June 17th at 10 a.m. We out here at the flagpole, we'll be having a Filipino American, a Filipino Independence Day celebration, led by Councilman Sasai. We will be raising the Filipino flag and having a ceremony with that.
Thank you. If there are no more questions or anything, I'm going to adjourn to the next meeting. We have one more? Oh, I'm sorry. Summer meeting schedule. I skipped by that.
I know the summer meeting on both of those. Thank you, Laurel. I just wanted to confirm with the commissioners. I know in some years, we've kind of planned ahead for the summer because a quorum hasn't been available. So I just wanted to check in with the group now, since we're in the month of May, to see if there were any months that, we would anticipate that a quorum wouldn't be available, so we could, cancel those meetings in advance. And if we have to do it as we move forward, that's okay. But just wanted to bring that up because that has been the case before.
When is our next event? That's September?
Yes, the next event would be September. It would
We
be
would
the
need to at
coastal
least
cleanup.
convene in August, right?
September 16th, I think is the coastal cleanup event.
Right. So we'd need to convene in August. And
August 23rd, or so it's up to the commission to decide and discuss if there's, anything, that prevent you from being here.
I like August. I think
August.
we could just, the commission could reconvene in August.
I agree. I'll be out of town.
Okay, so I will make a note of that the commission will reconvene on August 23rd. And we'll post notices for the June and July meetings on the website.
No other items on the agenda. I move to adjourn to the next meeting. So are we going to meet June and July?
No, I think you get all,
We're just going to meet, which will be August, the next meeting will be August 23rd. Thank you, everyone. Yeah.